And Marcus, well done to the first win here at 2017 at Latimer Park, and we made a bit of heavy weather about it. Good first half, so a couple of good goals. We can show you those goals, and then seemed to lose away a little bit in that second half. But let's look at the incidents so far. We've got the Rennie header first of all, just to have a quick butcher's that, and off the line there from Rennie. How early on that was, wasn't it?
Defending, isn't it? We've yeah, so everyone can kind of see we've kind of moved Rennie into like a different role, and it's situations like that where I think over the last 3 games and since we've been playing that position, he's gained probably about 8 opportunities to score from that positions, and I think he scored the winner last week on that kind of role. So yeah, his last 2 performances have been excellent. Teams are expecting him to do or be in a certain position, and he's not, and I think we're really gaining the advantage of that, because technically he's very good, he's physically very strong, and he links the play very well. He doesn't give the ball away cheaply, and certainly he's very hard to get the ball off, so yeah, it's working quite well for us at the moment.
That was one decent chance. We had the Langdon header that went across the goal when a goal seemed certain, and that was I thought this one might be going in, but it didn't quite go that way, did it?
Yeah, I think other than hit the target, Dom did everything right, didn't he? Look, he's got above everyone. It's
almost a free header, isn't it? Really,
he's done a lot of work to get that position, and it's probably just come off the corner of his head.
Threatening bit head, as they call it. But Toblerone head.
No, the one thing of late, certainly from the Kings Langley game, we have really looked threatening off set pieces. We scored last week from a set piece. Today we've scored off a set piece.
Cirencester
all goals are Cirencester, Dorchester, Weymouth. You know, we're really threatening. We are physically a good side, and not I'm saying we're playing for corners and throw-ins and stuff, but we know we've got physical presence, so we're really using it. Certainly on a very heavy pitch that we've got there. There is weaknesses with playing them kind of players, but I think overall, you know, I think we've now played in the last 15 games we're in the top 4. So it's the form that we've required from the outset. We've just left it a wee bit late, but
well, that's a bit
obviously everyone has their ideas to why that's happened. But we're in a good frame of mind. We believe that we can hit the targets that we're setting, and certainly by the first half performance, both ends of the pitch, you know, some clinical defending and no nonsense, rather than trying to be clever, some good goalkeeping and some good finishing.
Yeah, we can show the first goal. It was a bit of a scramble. There was a bit of debate who scored it. We're giving it to Malone.
Yeah, I think Barney will be a bit
disappointed with this.
Upset that he's hit the bar there. It's just nice that we're alive and we're reacting, and
they could have just stood and watched that, couldn't they, and not reacted.
We've scored a few now like that, and that is just, you know, literally our physical presence in and around people, and it's just nice for us to be alive. I mean, they'll be obviously disappointed with that kind of goal.
Goalkeeper especially could have probably done a little better there, couldn't
possibly there, but we put teams under a lot of pressure physically. You know, every corner that was coming in, you could see them like looking around, wondering. You know, you've just showed two elements there where we've won it. So already every player of the opposition's on the back foot, and it bodes well. It certainly is a get out for us.
Well, 1-0 became 2-0 just before half time. We were back in the studio as Rennie rammed this one by the goalkeeper. A good finish.
You know, and set piece again. He scored similar to was it Dunstable or Banbury, where
Banbury, I think
a lad had a cross-come shot and he sort of like spun on the turn, and I think he's given him the eyes there, isn't he? But what you've kind of not showed there is Aaron has traced 20 yards to force that corner.
Yeah. Another good game from O'Connor. He didn't get on the scoreline.
No, he'd be disappointing because like he was 5 and 5, so he's 5 and 6 now.
Rennie's now 5 and 7.
Yeah, and you know they're firing. I think Barney will be upset that he hasn't got the goal in that first instance. But you know, there's a lot of know-how and experience there, and their movement off each other is puts the teams under pressure. And like we've shifted Rennie a wee bit, and you can see the sort of link between them, and it gets us higher up the pitch, which we intended to do. And I think it really showed last week, and it's sort of getting a feel now.
Disappointed with their goal, Marcus? Given a lot of space, wasn't he, to run on to?
Yeah, I
good
think
finish.
Molly's tried to get his foot in front. They've been excellent defending throughout the whole game. You've probably missed a bit that I wanted to see. But
we're like that. We don't always get all the.
It's a great finish by him. Every goal you look at reasons why, and you can blame someone, and they can do that with our 2 goals. But
a lot of space to run there, didn't he?
Well, it's come from our set piece, isn't it? And he, I think what you've just missed out. He's tried to have a little nick, and he's rolled in, and that's where the space has come from. So. We've just been done on a counter there, but I think Paul made 3 very good saves in there. Yeah,
we had Paul White on before yourself, Marcus, and I said to him last week he was instrumental, in my opinion, of saving it from being 3-1 down with a great save of 3-on-1. We talked about that last week after the game, and again we've just seen one of the saves he produced here, which I know it's straight at him, but he was alert. He palmed it away strongly, and he was saying that he's enjoyed it today and last week, and there's a good camaraderie between him and Snepka.
Well, they certainly have put me in a real
predicament. Yeah,
and it's just so difficult. I mean, I've been fortunate the fact that I've been able to, over the 18 months when we've needed a goalkeeper, we've been able to go pull a keeper with a good standard. No disrespect to the keepers we've had up to late, but these 2 are definitely the best we've had, and it's difficult.
Paul White really wants that shirt, though, doesn't he?
They both do.
He really wants that shirt.
They both do, and let's be straight. It's very, very difficult to have dropped Dean. But like I said,
why was that? Because I was quite surprised when I saw Paul coming in.
We got 2 very good goalkeepers who won't hang around for the level that we're at. Can't put them on contract because of the criterias and the budgetary reasons, and it's just a difficult one. And I fundamentally put Paul in because I need to make a decision. And also within the rest of the side, it can kind of wake everyone else up if we're going to make sort of decisions like that. And don't get me wrong, Dean will be very frustrated at the moment and will need managing, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the league will be inundated in 7 days in to speak to him, which is because
he's Hemmel's player all said and done, isn't he?
Well, he's dual registered with them. He is signed with them. It's just that it's the level of football that there's that fluidity where you can play a game pretty much anywhere you want if you've got the contacts, and pretty much they can move tomorrow and go play somewhere. We've had 7 days in for other players, and you're working hard to keep them, and then that you're quite wary then of what other players that you want to bring in case you think you've secured one, and if someone comes in and makes a decent offer to the player, if you haven't got them on contract, there's not a lot you can do. And we're in a club where we can't put everyone on contract. It's as much as you'd like to. I think Boston have suffered by putting everyone on contract, and then when it comes to moving players just hold their ground and say no, unless they get the deal that they want, they stay there.
Move, are they?
And then you can't do anything. Your hands are tied. So it's the risk that you run. But we've got a decent camaraderie. We've been through quite a few dark patches this season, and we've stuck together. I think, like I've mentioned earlier, 4th in the last 15 games, so we're in a good place.
Another win, another 3 points.
But we have still got to up the ante. And we can only do that by the next game.
Well, Dunstable, we owe them a game as well. He said to me last week we owe Basingstoke a game after that at 3-0 defeat. We've got Dunstable Town, who've done us 4-0 and 4-1 away at Creasy Park in the last 2 seasons. We then got Leamington, who are the best team that I've seen this season, before we play at Merthyr, another top side down
and
here. And then Frome, so nothing easy, is it?
We've discussed the batch of 6 and the target we've got. The target doesn't change in terms of whoever we play. The fact that if we hit our target, we will be then taking points off teams above us. That is what we've struggled with this season. So if we are going to get to the playoffs, while it's still mathematical possible and the run shows that we can, then we will be taking points off from teams above. And Leamington are not in the best shape at the moment. They drew again today.
Lost on Monday.
They lost. So teams do go through their patch. I think Slough lost today. So teams, well, they'll go up and down. We just can't afford to have any down now. We've had our down patch, or we've had a few of our down patches. We've just got to make sure 2017, right to the end of April, is very positive, and we've earmarked how many losses that we can have, or certainly afford to, depending on how many points we pick up between now and going into the Banbury game.
Just before you go, Marcus, what's it like to have a Sky superstar wandering around the ground?
We've got a few, haven't we? They've all had their moments on Sky. Liam is part of the programme that Jamie has set up through his agency and Sky. It's a great model in terms of non-league players can make the grade. You look at Jamie, you look at Andre Gray, used to play for Hinckley. In fact, I tried to sign him when he was at Hinckley. Callum Wilson, who played for us and for me at Tamworth. Now look what he's doing. So it just shows you there is players out there that who get the grounding at non-league level. I think it was prior to me starting at Kettering, I was asked by a football league club, can I give them a national 11 who would get in the football league. I said, you're having a bit of a joke there. You need to give me an area, because I can give you any division in non-league and give you 11 of players who are capable of.
Yeah.
There's plenty out there, and I think sometimes the football league clubs are a bit naive, or they invest too much into the academy system, which unfortunately creates elite players, but the lower levels, they seem to struggle because of the environments and the pressures that non-league do give the players that education. And you look at Lewis Hornby getting his head around the situation and physically
still injured?
He's still injured, but the lad's got capabilities, but he's just getting to grips with the environment and the pitches. Liam physically has struggled this season from having to look after himself, because having been involved with Aston Villa, I know from a very young age they do recovery sessions, and it's not too scientific in terms of they need to recover at the age of 8. What it does is actually gives them the mindset of learning how to recover. But when you're with a professional club all them years, it's structured and organised for you, and it gets done. As soon as you fall into the non-league world and you've having to work to pay your bills, all of a sudden your time restraints, and having the professionalism, the time and the commitment to make sure that you're doing them is very challenging to a player who's been used to having it all done from all the time.
Well, just finally, before we nip off again, we've got Luke Graham back with us on the academy side, a player that you've known quite well, I suppose, Luke.
Yeah, I know Luke very well. We talked in the summer in terms of playing. I think I just missed out. Either he was on holiday or I was on holiday, and he then agreed a deal with Brackley. He's worked extremely hard to get his coaching education. He's working through the system. He knows what it takes to be a non-league player, so he'll certainly have the grounding and the work ethic.
Are we working with you at all? Or?
Yeah, there has to be. Oh, you'll probably see that Jason's been involved with us.
Yes, Jason.
The one thing I stressed to the chairman with losing Kinney was Kinney was very strong in the fact that he was always relaying the information to me of what was going on with the academy system. And obviously I'm not here full time.